living in the kind of interaction with human beings and animals in the universe that we were going back into with thinking. And that has not happened hardly ever. What happens is people are there anyway, and then from there they go to concepts and they build conceptual structures, and then they stay in the conceptual structures when they think. And these conceptual structures they don't come back where we live much more intricately than the conceptual structures. So the conceptual structures you would think are helpless, useless, because they're simply like simplifications or abstractions from the intricacy and the interaction in which we live anyway. But actually, the conceptual structures are enormously powerful. They redo the whole world, and they make science, and they make institutions, and they make patterns for people to. They build cities and all that, but they don't come back. So when we try to understand ourselves or to think, then we get lost, stuck in these empty, basically empty conceptual structures, and they even create a world that is empty in which we're supposed to find our way around then, as if we were creatures from Mars coming to a so-called reality, which is really graph paper, and we can't find ourselves there. And yet the power of those is so great that it creates not only cities, it creates the space in which we try to live in that graph paper space. And so to come back with thinking into the intricacy and go in there is shocking in some sense when you realize how simplified and really how violent the theories that we try to use to think with and that we use in practice on each other even are all destructive. All theories are destructive if you don't understand that they're merely bits of carrying forward, and you need to keep coming back to the person in front of you or to your inner place or whatever you're working with. And to enter there is then a very great surprise. You find that, you mean this little experience that I started with is actually immediately more intricate than everything we have in the library? And it's hard to believe. And yet when you go in there, immediately you are connected in a thinking way, in the same place where you are connected anyhow, because you grow out of there, or whatever you want to say. You grow, are placed, speak from, live from, out of there. And then we also found, of course, that when we think out of there, we can immediately cross with each other's thinking from out of there. And that built, that's what you said, that built this thing we have here that we could do more with if we wanted, or where we immediately can go through her crossing Schnittstelle place and get to the infinity, and we can be in each other with your theory, and we can every other one that we had here. So that would be what it's clear, if we can do this in a day, that this possibility of this kind of thinking really exists, right?